it, Sarah. All day. Hell yeah.
Arm wrestling's about to take place.
Yeah. About is your big match with Levan. So I just wanted to nail down the exact date. I know it's going down in June. Is it June 18th?
25th.
25th, June 25th. Okay. Now, do you consider this the biggest match of all time for you?
Yeah, this will be the biggest. Yeah.
What is your training look like since I know we were talking a little about it earlier, but knowing that you have 6 months up, I know you were saying you were going to do a taper and all. So are you going to do like 4 or 5 months of just where you just bang away, arm wrestling everybody you could possibly grip up with, and then, kind of slow it down near the end?
Yeah. Just to put it very vaguely, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a ton of table time. I'll try and be safe. I will try to remain flexible. So I'll have a plan. That's my plan. My plan will be to get on the arm wrestling table, every 2 days or so. And I will do work on my off days. That's my plan.
Do you have a specific training team or guys that you're going to be training with for this match?
I will. We've got a lot of good clubs in the area. So here we've got the Ottawa team. There's Arnprior, there's Pembroke, there's Kingston, there's Montreal, there's Picton, there's Toronto. All these clubs are within driving distance for me. So
it's going to be based, all your training will be based in Canada. There's going to be no traveling to any other athletes to train with in North America?
Most likely that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I've got a lot of talent to work with here. I really do. Like the talent in Ontario is good. And I love my Ontario teams. I love them. They take good care of me. Like when I show up, they come at me hard. I give them a couple days notice. They rest up and they give me really good workouts. So I'm very thankful for them, and not having to get on an airplane for me is it takes care of my old body, and it's familiar stomping grounds. Basically everywhere I go is either a quick drive so I can come back home and sleep in my bed, or I know people well. I can crash if I got to. I can stay at wherever. Not a big deal. I'm eating good food. I probably will inject a little bit of intensity. I probably will go out and visit my buddy Matt, go to Alberta. Alberta's got a really strong squad also. Like when you look at Alberta, you've got like Edmonton, Red Deer, Calgary, Lethbridge. That's 4 clubs that are all very close together, and they're super strong. Like definitely equivalent to the clubs we got here in Ontario. Lots of strong guys, lots of guys who love arm wrestling. And there's Matt. Matt's pretty special. So I'll probably tap into him, just on occasion, because honestly, if I train with Matt too much, it'd probably just hurt one of us. Matt and I are close enough in strength that it's too close to a PR for me. You know what I mean? And I really don't think that PRs are really that beneficial for me. I think that when Matt and I train together, it's really hard, which can be beneficial, but it has to be at the right time. So I'll probably do 1 or 2 kind of movements within Canada, maybe one to the East Coast, maybe just 2 out West. We'll see. But most of my training is going to be just in a circle around Ottawa. Yeah.
Can I make a little suggestion? Just from listening to the interview that you and Engen did, and Engen kept pushing on, he felt that you needed to feel something close to that force of what Levan was going to be bringing to you. So he kept saying how he trains. He's got Arif, which is the current WAF champion, and that's kind of like his guy to really give him the much pressure that he needs or whatever. So he was bringing it up like maybe you should train with Dave or, maybe with Monster Michael Todd. So I hear now that you don't want to leave Canada because you want to stay near home base and all. But what if maybe you got them to fly in, and did like a couple of days with each guy and, just so you get that strong force that Dave could bring to you?
I don't want to rule it out. Because of course I'd like to train with those guys. This much time, maximum volume. Okay. Michael, Dave, any guy who's more like at my level.
PRs.
Right. Yeah.
So completely understand that now. You're a complete volume guy and it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm a volume guy. And what I do is I'll just work my volume like crazy, and then I translate it at the end, and I have just one spike when it comes together for those last 7 weeks is when I get strong. I do all this work, and then those last 7 weeks, that's when I bring my strength to just a crescendo, and if I have interruptions, like if I have to get, like if I don't want an interruption in this process. I don't want an interruption in the flow. I don't want an interruption in my intensity. If I get injured in this, it'll just piss me off. It'll be a big piss off. And that's why sometimes, like, when you go to the gym, 80% is great. It's great. It's a great place to be. 85%, 80%, work there all the time. If I'm working with Dave, I'm at 100%. Maybe he'll push me over. Maybe he'll be like drilling me down, which is not, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'll tell you, it's probably not a good thing. Probably not, like, do I need that when I'm beaten down? And like, cause I will be beat down for the next 4 months. Like, I'm supposed to be here. I will be under the line for 4 months. I will be not as fit, not as healthy as I should be for 4 months. I'll be like, pulling that log underneath the water deeper and deeper and deeper. So by the time I let go of it, it's going to shoot up like a whale, That's the plan.
I like that idea. What is your weight currently at?
Morning weight, about 270.
What is the goal weight for this match?
I think that I can be the heaviest I've ever been. A lot of people are like, Devon, you got to come in 330. Man, I'd love to. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. Yeah. Like, I wish it did. If I come in 330, I'm going to be really fat and really bloated. I think I can be the heaviest I've ever been. I think I can do that. So that probably means I'll probably be 5 or 10 pounds heavier than my last best. That's what I think. My last.
What was the last one against Michael? You hit 290 or was it 280s?
Morning weight, 284, 285.
Okay.
So if I'm 295 morning weight, that's the biggest I've ever been.
That would be one scary sight, bro, because that day what you looked like was just insane. An extra 10 pounds on that, bro. Holy crap.
But I think I'll be leaner. That's what I think. I think I'll be heavy like that. But when I pulled Mike, I was pretty soft in some places. I kind of like that, brother. I started, as far as bodybuilding, I don't like that. But as far as arm wrestling, what I'm learning is it never looks like the guy that's lean and ripped wins ever. I agree with you. I do. But if you get a guy who's 300 pounds, who's kind of loose versus 300 pounds and lean. Yeah. I think that the lean I think it still is better to have more quality muscle. I do. Not that it's like, yeah, man, if I can, I'll for sure be watery. For sure I will be. I'll be bloated up. Like if probably I'll tip the scales more than 300 when I weigh in, because it'll be in the afternoon and I'll have clothes on. So, I'll be over 3.
What do you expect out of Levan? Do you really think that he's taking it seriously and that he's going to come in there maxed out, or do you think that he might be underestimating you in a way?
No, I think he'll come in. I think he'll come in as strong as he can be, for sure. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think he's gonna. I'd be shocked if he didn't.
Is he based? Where is he based right now? Is he in Dubai training for this, or is he in his home country?
Right now he's shooting his movie.
Okay, and where's that? Is that in his home country, or?
I don't know where he's shooting it, but he'll be back in Georgia, I'm sure, within a couple of weeks.
That's got to be music to your ears, knowing that he's taping this movie and he's not able to focus on training. Does that give you a little edge?
Nice, for sure. It does give me a little bit of a head start, but like, I'm sure that he's training. Like, I'm sure he is. Like, and we're far enough away that he can be laying a base in any number of ways. If he's at night just doing wrist curls and doing his curls, which I'm sure he is. I'm not worried about Levan being underprepared. I think that he's 33 years old. He's at the pinnacle of his career. He's Everest. He is. That's the guy. And I'm gonna do my best to climb that mountain.
Shout out to Hunter Welch. That was just an amazing picture he made, and
he nailed it. He
really did.
Kid. Yeah. Smart kid.
I know Hunter also just went through an arm break recently, and I wish him the best on healing and recovery. I hope you come back stronger, brother. But you definitely have a talent. Keep up with that, man. You definitely are an artist. I also wanted to know, with Levan, where do you have him as far as in history? Do you have him as one of the top?
I do. Yeah. As an arm wrestler, I don't think we've seen a guy as good as him. I think that, there's a lot of what ifs, like how would he match up with Dennis? How would he match up with Pushkar? How would he match up with, Prime Lupke, whatever, Cleve Dean. Yeah. I personally believe that he's the best. I do. And I'm judging that by his technique. I think that the way he arm wrestles is better than the way a lot of his peer group arm wrestles. And when I say peer group, I mean like mega strong dudes. A lot of mega strong dudes. You can look at them and you're like, yeah, they're still crushing, but the movement patterns, they're not moving the way a lightweight does or a middleweight. And when Levan arm wrestles, you're like, yeah, he moves just like a little dude, but he's massive. And then when you look at the weights that he's doing in arm wrestling relevant exercises, well, oh my God,
yeah,
that's crazy. And that's the part that is really impressive. Like some of the one-handed preacher curls that he does. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
So do you consider him a very technical arm wrestler or just a brute strength kind of guy?
No, I think he's very technical. All the matches where he has gotten close to being tested, he has demonstrated good technique. I like to come back to his top 8 with Italia Larratt. Round 1. I feel like that's the only time in the top 8 series when he was ever really challenged. and had to make any kind of a technical adjustment, which he did very well. I thought his technical adjustments were perfect, and they resulted in his win. I think if he had done silly stuff with Vitali, he could have lost, and he didn't. And I also, like, looking back, I mean, he's been arm wrestling a long time, and he wasn't always as big, and he wasn't always as strong. And a lot of times guys like that, well, they get to be good arm wrestlers and then they kind of get strong. And I think that that's evident when you go back into his history. I like to watch his relationship with Gennady Kvikvinia, who is an extremely technical dude, and they have a long history. And in that history, you can see that Levan does most arm wrestling moves in their interactions. He moves from pressing to top rolling and hooking, kind of all over the place with a lot of fluidity. So yeah, he's good. He's good. I mean, he's not flopping. He's not King's moving, probably because he doesn't have to. But yeah, he's good. He's really good.
What's it going to take to beat him? Is it somebody of your height that is the key to it?
Divine intervention. That's probably it. I'm probably going to have some kind of a light shining on me from above for like the next 5 months. Just, Well,
I got to say, Devon, if there is anybody that's going to have that light shining on him, you are the guy that will do it. And the other thing that I just want to throw in there is, for people that haven't actually got to meet Devon in person, it's Devon, you look like a big guy and everything on social media and all. But when I actually got to meet you in person, I couldn't believe how big you were and how genetic gifted you are. You know what I mean? It's like you came into the room. We're at the Olympia. We got all these monsters in the room. Monster Michael Todd. We had Travis, bunch of big guys in the room. And you just dwarfed everybody, bro. It was just like, holy crap. Like, you walk in the room, you know that Devon is there. You definitely are a tower.
Just wait, Paulie. Give me 6 more months, man. Give me 6 more months.
And it's not just the height, bro. I know a lot of tall guys. It's just the proportions of you, bro. It's just you're very long. You got long forearms, long arms. I mean, your hands, everything is just it's huge. Very, very big person.
Welcome to super heavyweight arm wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, I see a lot of them, man. I see a lot of the super heavyweights. But when I seen you standing next to Travis, I couldn't believe how much bigger you were than him. Can
you please call him up and tell him that after this interview?
Oh, I do. I tell him a lot. That's kind of one of my moves to spark the fire under him. I gotta say, dude, when I got to hang out with both of you guys during the Olympia, it's comedy, bro. It's just so funny. I've never seen two men compete in so much stuff. You guys will compete over anything. It's always constant throwing jabs at the other one. You guys are great friends, but you could also see the competition is always there and present with you two.
I think it'll always be like that. I don't think it'll ever change.
Very entertaining and very fun to be around. That's all I got to say with that one.